think that's their son, are buried over here in the cemetery, and I'll be glad to show you where they're buried. But when you look at the records at the courthouse, I told you about how you could just feel the anguish of the mother struggling, trying to raise these children, and the son, you know, not handling the affairs like she thought they should be. And then this little girl, I just, in my mind, I feel like that she must have had some type of impairment, because her daddy gave her a slave, which was kind of unusual as a young person. I feel like maybe that slave, and it was a young girl, I feel like maybe that was a playmate, because maybe the other children didn't play with her and that sort of thing. And she died when she was 8 years old. And like I told you, the Trotters were good to their slaves. When he gave his wife slaves, or when he gave his children slaves, it was always in the record that they were not to be sold. And there's a story here that can be told, and I would like to see the ancestor in Houston, Texas. Her son dabbles in writing and movies, and I would love to see a stage play produced here and have a drama school in association with the high school or the Meridian Community College. We've got a beautiful setting out here at our Houston Water Park to have an open air theater. And it would draw people from everywhere. If you've ever been to Branson, Missouri, and gone to Shepherd of the Hills, where it tells the story of that area, it's a beautiful love story. There could be a beautiful story told here about the Trotters. And it would also educate our present generation that slavery wasn't all bad, that those people were, they really respected their masters, and there was a bond there. And let the blacks and the whites learn that story and put it on as a play. Let them know the true story here, you know. It will be an education. I would love to see it done. There are a lot of talented people in the Trotter family. There is Mrs. Ada Coates Williams that lives in Florida, that is a professor, and she's written the Coates history in storybook form in Florida. She said if I had the time, I would come up there and do it too, but she said I don't have the time. But somebody could write this history and could produce a play, and then we could have this house where people could come, you know, and really get the feeling. I get a feeling when I'm in this house. Now I don't know whether you do or not, but there's just a feeling here.
In 1961, I spent 3 months in Washington. I went to the Library of Congress and found a book written by a Trotter from Quitman. And I wonder if it was a man that lived here, but it was on slavery, and what I read in that book was just fit what you just said.
You read it, but you don't know how to get a copy of it.
No, I don't. It was in the Library of
Well,
Congress.
we could get it, couldn't we? But I am just surprised that somebody hasn't really capitalized on that history. Because when you look back at the Trotter family, they nearly all exceeded. Now, this girl, Nancy, married a Coates, and so I'm told the family spread out after the Civil War, and they went to Florida, and the Coates he didn't do well, and she died at an early age. And that picture of General Trotter that you have there, that sword was handed down to that family through the Coates. And there's just so much interesting material here that needs to be told. And it may be written up somewhere, but I would love to read it. I don't know where to go to get it. But anyway, that's what I'd like to see done. I'd like to see the story told out here in an open air theater, and then I would like to see this house where the public could enjoy it. It also would make a lovely home for somebody to live in. I think it would be very comfortable. It's been insulated interior and exterior walls, under the floor, in the attic, and it has a 10-ton heat pump on on the first floor and a 4-ton heat pump for the upstairs level. So I don't think, now, Dr. Byrd and his wife will tell you that it was perfectly comfortable without air conditioning in the summertime, but it was exceedingly cold in the winter when they lived in it with just gas spot heaters.
How long was it?
She vacated the house in probably 1984. He bought it in 1985.
And who is that now?
His name is Walker, and he lives in California.
Yeah.
And he never did live in it?
No,
Wonder why he bought it.
he bought it to move into.
Okay.
He was gonna move back.
He was
into
no heir or anything.
No, no, he was not an heir. I advertised it nationally in,
So you have sold the house before?
oh yeah, this will be the second time.
It's so living.
I advertised it in Country Living, and he saw it, and he had a daughter that lived in an adjoining county that, she would come back here to visit her grandfather, and she met a young man over there and married. And they had a child, and you know, grandchildren will bring you home. And so he was tired of driving 2 miles to work and 2 miles home in California. He owned a business out there that was worth a lot of money.
2 miles?
I mean, 2 hours.
Oh, I think 2 hours. 2
2
miles.
hours.
Good.
He spent 2 hours, morning and night, on the freeway.
Yeah.
And he was tired of it. And he bought this house thinking that he would sell his business out there and move back here and be with his father and be with his daughter and grandchild. Well, the dad gets sick with a brain tumor and dies suddenly within a month. And the daughter moves to Birmingham, Alabama, and he just gets kind of turned off. And his business was off about 70%, and it wouldn't sell like he thought it would, so he's just weathering it out in California. Any questions I might could answer? Oh, go on in here. You're
Well, I didn't get to this one.
Okay, the original house was 6 rooms. You had 3 on top of it. All the same size.
I haven't put it down.
Had fireplaces in it. Front and back entrances.
What about the porch? Is that right?
The porch is original, but you'll notice in some of your material that I gave you, it was upgraded in 1928, and the porch, I'll show you when we go back, was made larger. The original porch,
Three up there, 3 down there.
When did the house sell for in 1984 or 5? Or do you know?
when he bought, we had it on the market at 80,000, I believe.
But he put 30,000 in painting it, much less probably no telling what
Oh,
he
that's what he told me. Now, I don't, you know.
This is
he
the most
told-
complete room in the house, I guess.
He-
Well, you take that air conditioning system he
That's
put
what
in
I'm
there.
saying, and he's painted this room, this is probably the most complete room in the house.
Probably.
Ceiling work in this room.
Wayne coating,
I
right?
bet he spent probably
He
100,000.
tells me he's got 160 in it, and
I
when
bet
he
he
first
does.
listed the house, he said, I'll put it on the market with you, but do not call me with offers. If you've got a legitimate buyer that's qualified, and he wants to pay 160,000 for it, you know, bring it to me. But he said, I've got that in it, and he said, I know it's a valuable piece of property, I know that it does not deteriorate in value. The older it gets, the more valuable it will get, the more history we find on it, the more valuable it will get. And he's not hurting for money, you know, and,
You know what, the lady out of Houston, she's a direct descendant of William Broad's Trotter. I believe he would be her great-great-grandfather.
That's right.
The one that lived here. She said, let's see, yeah, she said that perhaps, you know, somebody made him an offer, I mean, would want to buy it and so on, that he might give a certain portion of it, which would be deductible from his income tax. And so
he's
on.
never indicated that he
No.
would do anything
You'd
like
have
that.
to, you'd
I had
have to question
someone,
him about that.
I had someone that wanted to trade property with him, you know, trade some property. He said, I'm not interested in haggling or doing anything else, all I want is 160,000 cash.
Yeah. If he would have.
He would love to see the
Hey.
house preserved and,
Yeah.
you know, done like it really.
In front of William Bradis Trotter's home in Quitman, Mississippi, January 30th, 1993. Francis Trotter, Rita Trotter, Greg Oakley, Will, Lou, Bug, Laney, Ryan, Lauren, Jane Marie, Uncle Deacon, Dick. That lady right there is Miss Lee Trotter and her daughter Mary. The old house is one, we just went through the house, is one fine old home. Lady was telling us it was originally 6 rooms, 3 upstairs, 3 downstairs, with about 20 by 20 rooms in it, fireplace in each room. Been modified some over the years. The present owner wants $160,000 for the home. He paid approximately $80,000 for the house back in 1984, I think it was. Beautiful home. A lot of Trotter history here. The man that built the home was a general in the Mexican War. Lauren! That's Annika. There's the old and the new. A house built in the 1840s and a Cadillac made in the 1990s. What a transition there. There's FM Trotter, my dad, with my son Greg, and that's Miss Lee Trotter again, and her son, her daughter Mary. That's Miss Anna Pett, Daddy. That's Mr. Lee Trotter, presently 80 years old, born in 1912. Up on the balcony is Laney! There's Laney, my daughter. Laney Trotter. And with her is Lauren, standing up on the balcony. That's Richard Grimion, my wife Barbara, my mama Rita Trotter. Side view of the house. One big old house. Beautiful home. See the chimneys on the house.
Lauren.
Oh, babe.
Lauren, I wanted to get on the digi.
Mr. Chester Mathers, first cousin to Daddy. He lives in Shibuda, Mississippi. This is a side entrance, foyer. There's a set of stairs go up to it. Bedrooms up on the upper side, bathroom. Of course, there was no indoor plumbing. The house was built. Since then, they've had a bathroom, kitchen inside, a fairly modern cabinetry, a laundry room, a water heater, a toilet, shower. There's a lot of history in this old house. This is the back of it. Actually looks like a 3-tier house. Upstairs is bedroom. That's a big dining room downstairs. Oh, there's your kitchen. That room on the end is larger than that. Big old barn in the back. Another story on it, but it's there. This is side view again, opposite side of the house. Say it's the north side of the house. The bedroom's upstairs. That was a formal dining room. That room right there that joins. It was built later. This is the other side of the house. Gigantic fireplaces. Of course, they tied the lower unit and the upper units together. Brother Bugs, my wife, my mama, and that's Chester Mathis. At the graveyard where the Trotters are buried. Quitman, Mississippi.
This is my grandpa's buried in. That's what I'm looking about. I don't know.
What would his name be? Trotter?
Alex?
That was her people that live at
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about, that she had the slave.
yeah.
I don't know if road movement.
We're standing in a Trotter's family cemetery, Quitman, Mississippi. This grave right here is William B. Trotter, born November 12, 1809, died November 18, 1862.
This man
And next to him is his wife's grave, Elizabeth Lee Trotter, born January 19, 1820, died March 11, 1808.
Is that right? William B. was the brother of Alex. Alex something. Now where's Alex?
Here's Alex over here. Here's
Okay.
one.
William born November 12, 1809, died November 1862. This is Elizabeth Trotter. Elizabeth Lee Trotter, born January 19, 1821, died March 11, 1868. And right next to them is their daughter, Laura, daughter of William B. She was 8 years old, born 1856 to 1864.
He's Alexander Washington Trotter. See, his mother named him after her side of the family.
So this is their son?
Their
Now,
oldest son.
how many kids did they have?
6.
Oh, okay, 6, and they adopted 6 basically.
Well, they raised 6.
Yeah, right.
They raised, William B. raised his brother Alex
Now
children
this was a baby girl?
that died.
This was blood kin, these two?
They're brother and sisters,
Right.
full brother
Where
and
are
sisters.
the rest of them buried here?
One girl's buried here. And there's a lot, I need to get my files and see who all they
Best
married.
heaven, see, there's several
See, by the time the girls
here.
change names, you kind of lose track of them. But this is a daughter of William B., Alice Vivian. And she married an Evans.
Well, you know, I know